Pokemon Go Unova Tour is creeping ever closer, and in this video I will be going through everything you need to know for both the global and the in-person events. So there will be a total of 3 events for the Unova Tour. There'll be 2 in-person events that will take place at the same time at different locations in the world. One of them will be in New Taipei City in Taiwan, and the second will be in Los Angeles, California. Both of these events will take place from February 21st until the 23rd. And the third event will be a global version of the Unova Tour where you will be able to take part no matter where you are in the world. This event will take place the weekend following the in-person events on March 1st and 2nd. I will be going through everything regarding the global event and then I'll get into the in-person events, but first, what are the main features that will be available for all of the events? So the big headline act for this event is the debut of Black and White Kyurem. These Pokemon fusions will firstly be available in the in-person events, and then they will debut globally the following weekend during the global event. Trainers will have the chance to learn about these fusions through an event-exclusive special research. And later on in the video, I will be going through how these fusions work because they are a little bit different to the Necrozma fusions. Shiny Meloetta will be making its Pokemon Go debut through Masterwork research. For the in-person events, you will get this research included in your ticket, but for the global event, you will have to purchase the ticket separately for $5, and it will become available from the start of the Road to Unova event on the 24th of February at 10 AM, and it will be available to purchase up until March 2nd at 6 PM local time. Luckily, the Masterwork research doesn't expire, so once you've purchased it, you will be able to complete it at your own pace. For the first time in Pokemon Go, there will be a Battle Pass-like system known as the Tour Pass. This, however, won't be available for the in-person events. It will first become available from the 24th of February through to the end of Global Unova Tour on March 2nd. So this is a free limited time progression track that you can progress through by collecting tour points, which are available by doing certain activities and by completing pass tasks. This will allow you to rank up and get rewards and bonuses from the Tour Pass. This Tour Pass can also be upgraded, which will cost you, but it will lead to some really interesting rewards, such as the new Lucky Trinket. I'll get into the details of the Tour Pass more later on. Shiny Deerling will be available in all of its forms, and each of the forms will be tied to the different habitats. And lastly, the shiny forms of the regional Pokemon Maractus, Sigilif, and Bufalon will be debuting, and they will be available in 10km eggs and not locked to their regions. And whilst all of this is great, it is really just scratching the surface of these events. So starting with the global event, it does take place on March 1st and 2nd between 10 AM and 6 PM local time each day. And this event will be free to play, it will not require a ticket. But what exactly does this event have to offer? So firstly, the wild encounters. So as usual with these types of events, there will be event-themed Pokemon appearing in different habitat hours. And the habitats for the global events are basically just hour time slots where certain Pokemon will be spawning. So each hour throughout the day, the habitat will change and you'll get different Pokemon spawning no matter where you are. So there will be 4 season-themed habitats for this event. Firstly, the Winter Caverns habitat will be taking place from 10 AM to 11 AM, and it will repeat from 2 PM to 3 PM. And the possible encounters during this habitat hour will be Oshawott, Roggenrola, Woobat, Drillbur, Tortuga, Minccino, Vanillite, Deerling Winter, Joltik, Clink, Tynamo, Axew, Cubchoo, and Cryogonal. The Spring Soiree habitat will take place from 11 AM to 12 PM and 3 PM to 4 PM. The spawns will be Snivy, Pansage, Munna, Ordino, Timber, Seawaddle, Venipede, Cottony, Petalil, Ducklet, Deerling Spring, Fungus, Alomomola, and Ferroseed. For the summer vacation habitat that will run from 12 PM to 1 PM and 4 PM to 5 PM, the spawns will be Tepig, Lillipup, Pansear, Pidove, Blitzel, Timpole, Darumaka, Dwebble, Archon, Trubbish, Deerling Summer, Emolga, Stunfisk, and Rufflet. And lastly, for the Autumn Masquerade habitat that will run from 1 PM to 2 PM and from 5 PM to 6 PM, the encounters will be Patrat, Purloin, Panpour, Scraggy, Yamask, Gothita, Solosis, Deerling Autumn, both Frillish, Elgium, Litwick, Golett, and Dino. And during all of these habitat hours, you will be able to encounter Pikachu wearing Hilbert's hat, Pikachu wearing Hilda's hat, Pikachu wearing Nate's visor, and Pikachu wearing Rose's visor. There will also be event-themed Pokemon in eggs. In 2km eggs will be Roggenrola, Timber, Carablast, Shelmet, and Larvesta. In 5km eggs will be Throw, Sork, Heatmore, Reachmore, Durant, and Larvesta. In 10km eggs will be Larvesta, as well as the regionals Maractus, Sigilif, and Buffalont. On incense, excluding daily incense, you will be able to encounter unknown U, N, O, V, and A to spell out Unova. From field research, you will be able to encounter all of the Pikachu variants you can find in the wild. You'll also be able to encounter Deerling in all of its forms, and both red and blue stripe Basculin. And these Basculin will have an increased chance of being double XL and double XS. There will also be a special research available that will follow the Professor Willow story for Unova Tour. For the raids, in 1-star raids will be all of the event Pikachus, in 3-star raids will be Drudigon, and in 5-star raids will be Zekrom, Reshiram, Black Kyurem, and White Kyurem. And along with the habitats, these 5-star raids will rotate hourly. First up will be Reshiram and Black Kyurem, and when the hour changes, it'll be Zekrom and White Kyurem, and this will alternate throughout the event. And to go along with these 5-star raid bosses, there will be an added rarity of new special backgrounds for them. There will be a background inspired by Pokemon White version that Zekrom can have, and one inspired by the Black version that Reshiram can have. And Kyurem encountered from Black and White Kyurem raids can have either of these backgrounds. And this is where it gets even more interesting. If you fuse Zekrom or Reshiram with Kyurem, and they have opposite special backgrounds, the resulting fused Pokemon Black or White Kyurem will have its own background variant. So that's an even deeper layer of rarity. For the bonuses, there will be half hatch distance between 10 AM and 6 PM each day, and from 12 AM to 11:59 PM on each day, there will be no remote raid limit. You will also be able to make up to 6 special trades per day, and it will be half Stardust cost for all trades. New party play challenges will be available, rewarding encounters with Throw, Sork, Heatmore, and Durant, and both red and blue striped Basculin will appear more frequently on routes. So that's everything we know at the time of this recording for Global Unova Tour, and I will be getting more into the details about how the fusions work and how the tour pass works later on in the video, but first let's go through what the in-person events have to offer. So as I mentioned before, these events will be the weekend before the global event, and there is 2 of them that will be taking place at the same time. And these events aren't really that different from the global event, but there are some additional things that are pretty interesting. So like all in-person events, they do require a ticket to attend, and for the Los Angeles event it'll cost $30, and for the new Taipei City event it'll cost 733 new Taiwan dollars. And there are some add-ons you can purchase as well. You can get the Raid Lover add-on for $15 for LA, or 368 new Taiwan dollars for new Taipei City. That will get you up to 18 daily raid passes from spinning gyms, 5,000 additional XP from raids, and you'll get 6 additional candy and 3 additional candy XL for catching Pokemon from 5-star raids. Another option is the Eggthusiast add-on that will be the same price as the Raid Lover add-on, and it will get you a quarter hatch distance, 3 times hatch, XP, Stardust, and candy, and you'll have an increased chance of getting 10km eggs from spinning gyms or Pokestops. And lastly, you will be able to purchase a citywide gameplay add-on for $20 for LA, or 525 new Taiwan dollars for new Taipei City. And this essentially extends the citywide gameplay from your ticketed event day to another day or days. You won't be able to do the park experience again though, this is just for the citywide gameplay. And you won't get additional special research or masterwork research like the ones that you got on your ticketed event day. The citywide gameplay add-on will include wild encounters with event-themed Pokemon, increased chance of encountering shiny Pokemon, up to 6 special trades per day, half Stardust cost for trades, half hatch distance, up to 9 daily raid passes from spinning gyms, and access to event field research tasks. A big difference for the in-person events is that the habitats are geographical locations in the park instead of habitat hours like they are for the global event. So effectively the event park is split up into different event areas. These areas have habitat spawns tied to them, so you have to walk to different parts of the park to get encounters with certain Pokemon. And the wild encounters for the habitats are almost identical to the spawns for the global version, apart from the fact that you can encounter Drudigon at the in-person events throughout all habitats. Everything else is the same. So you will spend half the day, afternoon or morning, depend on what you've chosen, in the park, and the other half of the day will be exploring the city. And during this part of the event, you can encounter any wild spawns from any of the habitats at random. They won't be tied to any location. Eggs, raids, and incense encounters are all the same as the global event. Same with field research. However, during the in-person events, there is another special type of field research that you can only obtain from certain Pokestops throughout the city. This special type of research is called Enigma Field Research, and it will get you an encounter with the following Pokemon with a guaranteed special background: Purloin, Pidove, Boldore, Woobat, Timber, Timpole, Sandile, Darumaka, Darmanitan, Scraggy, Sigilif, Joltik, Ferroseed, and Clink. And it is worth noting that these special Pokestops will appear throughout cities ahead of the event, but you will only be able to get the Enigma Field research tasks from them from Friday, February 21st at 12 AM until the 23rd at 11:59 PM local time. And unlike the global event, there will be timed research for ticket holding trainers whilst at the park for the park experience, and they will reward encounters with Incarnate Tornadus, Landorus, and Thundurus. And for the bonuses for the in-person events, you will get an increased chance of encountering shiny Pokemon, half hatch distance, up to 6 special trades can be made during your ticketed day, there'll be half Stardust cost for trades, and you can get up to 9 daily free raid passes from spinning gyms. And lastly, near metro stations throughout the cities, there will be special event Pokestops appearing on the overworld map. Team Go Rocket Grunts will be appearing at these Pokestops, and they will potentially have the following Shadow Pokemon: Shadow Roggenrola, Drillbur, Timber, Joltik, Litwick, and Golett. And after defeating the Grunts, you will get Unova themed rewards, including event themed 12km eggs, which contain Sandile, Mienfoo, Pawniard, and Vullaby. These special Pokestops will be appearing from December 3rd at 10 AM until March 4th at 10 AM local time, and you will be able to find them even if you don't have an event ticket. Now, with the details for the global and in-person events out of the way, how does the Tour Pass work? So like I mentioned before, the Tour Pass and the Tour Pass Deluxe become available at the start of the Road to Unova Tour on February 24th at 10 AM until the 2nd of March at 6 PM local time. But what exactly do these passes entail? So you will begin the Tour Pass with no points, but the first reward will be unlocked, which is a Go Tour 2025 t-shirt for your avatar. You can then earn Tour points to progress through the Tour Pass to get rewards and bonuses and rank up along the way. But how exactly do you get Tour points? So you will get them from activities such as catching Pokemon, completing raids, and hatching eggs, and you can also get them from completing a new type of task known as a Pass Task. Pass Tasks refresh daily from the 24th at 10 AM until the 28th at 11:59 PM, and then during the Global Unova Tour event on March 1st and 2nd, the Pass Tasks will be refreshing every hour from 10 AM to 5 PM local time each day. Collecting Tour points will progress you through the Tour Pass tiers that consist of minor and major milestones. On the way to minor and major milestones, you will unlock rewards like Pokemon encounters, candy, Pokeballs, and more. And milestones will get you larger rewards like stickers, avatar items, and special Pokemon encounters. Each time you reach a major milestone, you will improve your event bonuses. During the Global Unova Tour, you will increase your catch XP bonus each time you hit a major milestone. You'll get 1.5 times catch XP upon reaching tier 2, 2 times catch XP for tier 3, and 3 times catch XP for tier 4. It seems that there is going to be other bonuses that you will be able to increase as well, but these haven't been announced yet. The final major milestone for the free Tour Pass will get you an encounter with Zorua with a special background, and the last major milestone of the Tour Pass Deluxe will get you a brand new item, the Lucky Trinket. And what exactly does the Lucky Trinket do? So essentially it is a one-time use item that can turn one of your friends into a lucky friend, and being a lucky friend is very powerful because it means your next trade with that person will be a guaranteed lucky trade, and from these lucky trades you get lucky Pokemon. And the lucky Pokemon not only has reduced Stardust cost to power up, but it will also have a 12-12-12 IV floor, so you will have a 1 in 64 chance of getting a Hundo or a Shundo from these lucky trades. You don't have to be best friends with the person you wish to use a Lucky Trinket on, but you do have to be great friends. However, when you get this item, it will expire by March 9th at 6 PM local time, and it does take 7 days to get to great friends when you add somebody. So I would recommend making sure that you are working on your friendship interactions with the person you want to use this item on before you get the Lucky Trinket, because if you leave it till you get the item, you will be cutting it close with getting to great friends before the item expires. And make sure the friend you want to use this item on is somebody that you can meet up with locally, because this item doesn't allow remote trading. So compared to the free Tour Pass, the Tour Pass Deluxe offers faster progression and better rewards. And as soon as you upgrade to the Deluxe version, you will get an immediate encounter with the mythical Pokemon Victini, even if you've caught one before. When progressing through the Tour Pass Deluxe, you will be able to claim all the rewards from the free version as well as the Deluxe version, and if you don't decide to get the Deluxe version straight away, you will be able to upgrade to it later on, and you will be able to retroactively claim rewards from earlier tiers if you've already started to progress the Tour Pass. The Tour Pass Deluxe will cost you $15 or your local equivalent, and it will include an encounter with Victini, encounters with event-themed Pokemon, an avatar item, 1 lucky trinket, and more. And you can go even further beyond with the Tour Pass. For $20, you can get the Tour Pass Deluxe, and you can get enough Tour points to unlock 10 ranks of rewards. And these rewards can be collected immediately on purchase. So this is essentially paying $5 more to get ahead in the progression. So that's everything you need to know for the Tour Pass, but what about the QRM fusions? How do they differ from the Necrozma fusions? So using DNA splicers, QRM can fuse with Zekrom using 1000 volt fusion energy, 30 QRM candy and 30 Zekrom candy to form Black QRM. Or QRM can fuse with Reshiram using 1000 Blaze fusion energy, 30 QRM candy and 30 Reshiram candy to get White QRM. And these Pokemon will stay fused permanently unless you decide to split them. But it's worth noting that if you do split them and decide to fuse them again, there will be no reductions in the cost for fusion. And here is where there are some differences between the QRM fusions and the Necrozma fusions. So Black and White QRM will get access to their signature moves when fused. Black QRM will get the Ice type Charge Attack, Freeze Shock, and White QRM will get the Ice type Charge Attack, Ice Burn. However, unlike the Necrozma fusions where any fused Necrozma will get these signature moves, the QRM fusions will only get these signature moves if the QRM you fuse has its legacy move Glaciate. That means unless it is announced in the future that the QRM you get from Black and White QRM raids will have this move, then it will actually cost you an elite charge TM to get this move on QRM if you didn't get it last time it was in raids with Glaciate. So this could potentially make it more difficult to get Black and White QRM with their signature moves. And there are some reasons why you will really want these moves, and I will be getting into that in a moment. But with that said though, how do you get everything you need for the QRM fusions? Well, Black and White QRM raids will be available in all 3 of the Unova Tour events, and when you complete the raids, you will get an encounter with QRM, which will get you some QRM candy when caught, and these raids will also get you Volt fusion energy from the Black QRM raids and Blaze fusion energy from the White QRM raids. And Reshiram and Zekrom will be in 5-star raids as well during these events, so you can raid them and get candy for them from these raids. And for the DNA splicers, we don't know exactly how we'll get them yet, but I would speculate you'll get them from the special research, although this isn't confirmed by Niantic. And lastly, the signature moves of Black and White QRM could be more interesting than you think. As we saw with the Necrozma fusions, their signature moves came with adventure effects, and so it is likely that the QRM fusion's signature moves will have adventure effects as well. And whilst this hasn't been confirmed by Niantic, data miners have found information in the code pertaining to adventure effects for Black and White QRM. From the data mined code, it does suggest that Black QRM's Freeze Shock will paralyze Pokemon encounters, which could possibly work like a Nanab Berry, stopping the Pokemon's animations, stopping them from jumping or knocking back a Pokeball. And White QRM's Ice Burn seems like it will slow down the speed of the catch circle, making it easier for you to land great and excellent throws. However, it is best to take these data mines with a pinch of salt, because as they haven't been confirmed or announced by Niantic, they are subject to change, they could be false, and they could potentially not happen. With that said though, if you did enjoy this video, then I recommend checking out these videos on the screen now, and I'll catch you in the next one.